Hi everyone, so today I'm here to talk to you about how to dress your baby during summer. I've got some beautiful pieces here that are part of our summer collection, our fashion range, and also a few basics as well. So one of the questions we do get asked a lot is, what should my baby wear during summer? And I guess one of the things that you need to keep in mind is obviously summertime is warmer weather, so you want to be thinking about less layers, you want to be thinking about natural fibres like cotton, and they're really great because they are breathable, and they're also really great because they can help baby regulate the temperature. All of our summer range is made of organic cotton, which is wonderful, and obviously we do have some trans-seasonal pieces. We've got some gorgeous grow suits in a wider rib, which is new for us, new fabric interest, and they're great leading up into those hotter months. And then we've got things like overalls and stuff like that, which you can wear on their own or with a t-shirt underneath in those trans-seasonal periods, and some great little cardigans as well. These are great new fabric interest, a great little one part of our newborn range with the zip. So there's lots of little cardigans that you can use trans-seasonally, and it's always great to have a cardi in your nappy bag or around just any time of year anyway, because you never know what you're going to get, and you might get a bit cooler in the evening. But rule of thumb is that babies should be wearing nice cotton, loose-fitting clothing if they can, or wearing just a singlet or something like that on a very hot day. So what we'll just go through is some of those key elements to consider. So like I said, on a very, very hot day or hot night, you might want to just put your baby in a nappy and then maybe a traditional singlet, because that's going to give you lots of airflow, no buttons or clips or anything to worry about. So that's just our essentials singlet there, and you could wear that on a very hot day if you're just around bouts at home or for sleeping. And similarly with this bodysuit singlet as well, you could just snap something like that on and have that to wear at night with a nappy, and then you might potentially swaddle your baby in a muslin wrap. This is one of our beautiful muslin wraps for summer. Muslins are great fabrics. It's very, very lightweight, easy to dry, and yeah, generally you can't overheat your baby in a muslin wrap, so they're always a good place to start. So there's a couple of ideas with the basics. There's some high summer pieces here that I've picked out. We've got this beautiful little romper in the seersucker fabric, which has been really popular, and this has little ruffles on the bum, cross back. You can wear it as is or with a t-shirt underneath. Then you've got other pieces like this gorgeous romper here with a little bit of a leg, the buttons at the front and the clips at the crotch for easy accessing the nappy, and these would be great on a relatively warm day. And of course you can always put anything, like you put a t-shirt under anything or another singlet if you need to, a basic singlet. And then you've got this gorgeous other little bodysuit with a little bit of a sleeve for a bit of sun coverage. We've got a little pocket interest there with a little wombat coming out with his little life-saving cap on, and that's gorgeous. And this would be a great one again for those warmer days. You might not even put a singlet underneath on any of these on. You might just wear them as is. On a hot day you might just have a nappy and then this. So they're gorgeous. And we've got lots of other pieces as well to consider. This one's got beautiful like a little pointelle through it, so a little, I guess you could tell there by looking quite closely. We've got little sort of holes throughout the fabric for more breathability. This has got a little bit of sun coverage over the shoulder, a great little piece for those really hot days. And you've got obviously dresses for summer for girls. All of our newborn dresses, or all the dresses part of the newborn range, do actually have an inbuilt bodysuit underneath to stop everything from riding up and keeping the nappy covered. So dresses are great for girls during that time when it's really warm, because you do get a lot of airflow there, and they're a great piece to consider. As I mentioned, t-shirts are great to go under any pieces for layering. This is a beautiful bodysuit item here with the crossback, and you could put a t-shirt underneath on a bit of a cooler day, and then on a very hot day you might just wear that as is down to the beach or just around the home. And then you've got beautiful hats. Now hats are something you want to think about. I've got another couple of hats here, the pink and the blue, to match back with outfits. Now hats is another really important element. A lot of people say, you know, how do I look after my baby during the summertime? What are some of the main considerations? Well, one of the things is being sun smart. So wearing a hat is a really important feature, really important thing to consider in your baby's wardrobe for summer more than ever, because you want to protect them from the harsh Australian sun or any sun wherever you are in the world. A cap is not ideal. A broad brimmed hat like these ones is best, because it's going to cover more of obviously the shoulders and the face. So considering that, making sure you're staying hydrated is really important. So making sure you're offering a lot of water or fluids to the baby and yourself. Seeking shade where you can. For babies, using really high quality and sensitive sunscreens like 30 plus or more, maybe even 50 plus on your baby is really also a great thing to consider too. Another thing you want to think about too is, when's my baby too hot and when are they too cold? A lot of people get quite concerned about how to measure their temperature. Obviously you can use a thermometer, but another good way is testing by feeling the tummy, chest or back of the neck. and looking for signs of being hot. So if they're sweaty and got beads of sweat, they might be quite warm, or if they've got flushed cheeks or looking very hot or sort of sluggish and looking extremely hot and flushed in their face, that's another sort of key, I guess, sign of the baby being quite hot. So there's a couple of things you can look for there. Another thing you want to be thinking about is layering for summertime. Now, a lot of people worry about how many layers to put on your baby during summer, and it really is very dependent on how your baby runs. Every baby is a bit different, but typically you would think about putting one extra cotton layer on top of the baby than what you would normally have, or going by what you feel. And as the baby grows, they will be able to regulate the temperature easier than what they can when they're first born. So that's another really good thing to think about. How to keep your baby cool in summer is another thing we get asked a lot. So you can potentially look at things like, again, seeking shade, wearing a hat, making sure they're wearing lightweight, loose, cotton, natural fibered clothing, making sure you're staying really hydrated, of course, using things like face washes. We've got these muslin face washes that we have here at Purebaby. They come in a 2-pack, and these can be great. You just wet them and maybe put them on the back of the baby's neck or on their face, or have them to suck on or something like that. But having a wet face washer at hand can be a really great idea as well. Using muslins, there's another muslin here. I've already shown you this beautiful one here in the neutral. This is a beautiful pink one. So you can always use things like a muslin wrap for a bit of shade as well. So if you're holding the baby and you want to, or you're feeding them, you can put that over you and still have airflow and have a bit of protection for the baby, or use it as some sort of shade wherever you might be, hang it up somewhere. There's plenty of options. And then we've got our basic bodysuits, singlet packs that are actually external singlets, not designed to be worn underneath things but on their own, and we have these all year round in our essentials range. So these are also a really great item to choose. We have them in 2 packs. They come in a grey, a blue and a pink, and one with a spot and one with a stripe, so they're always good to look for too, just as your basics for every day. There's some of the top tips we would talk about and that we've found have been helpful, and good recommendations from things we've looked up and in our experience as mothers. So I hope this has been useful on how to dress your baby during summer, and thank you for your time today.